the sniper. Make sure he has a good time for the first couple of waves.
He'll stay with the sensor, I think, initially at least. But if he sees an aggressive tri-lane, he might go mid, you're right. Because there's not going to be a whole lot that he can actually achieve if it is an aggressive tri-lane up there, except dying numerous times. But yeah, I just, for the 100th time, I want to say, we need to watch Aloha Dance. Wow, that's a really early smoke from Empire.
Oh wow.
And Aloha Dance's boots, and they're going straight off into their own jungle, looking for a fight. They want to brawl before the creeps even spawn.
So this is freaking quick!
Yeah, this is not like a smoke to scouts. They very definitely want to fight.
Spamming pings. Actually, Pink is spamming pings there. How do they know? How they're saying go and ward here or something like that? They they can't be pinging out saying they're coming for us.
Do Empire necessarily win a fight level 1? There's shrapnel involved here.
I think with Snowball and Shadow Wave, yes. They win a fight, they kill 2 instantly. There's Snowball, attempting to catch Shadow Wave. Where's the heal? No, there's no burst damage! Diaga starts to turn things around. 1 drops there. Where's the secondary kill? Silent, getting low. They did not get the heal off in time. Yoky, Aloha Dance. A couple more kill sprays here. Yeah, Cheshire Cat. Power Rangers, 3 for nothing. And I've got to say, that is all on Always Wanna Fly. That's all on him.
Yeah. I mean, it's also partly to the credit of the Power Rangers, right? With the heroes they have, with the Quill Spray, with the Shrapnel, it's... As I was saying before, I think they're quite well set up for that 5v5. But you're absolutely right that there might have been a totally different fight if Always Wanna Fly gets that burst damage off on them early on. And
you had 5 heroes around the Bristleback, right? He dies instantly. Like, he actually just evaporates under the Shadow Wave. And then you're in a 5 versus 4. Okay. J4 got a pretty massive Earth Spike down onto all of them, but now he's caught out. They're going to try and get a return kill. Earth Spike onto 2, but the right click from Always Wanna Fly's Dazzle will finally secure that.
Just keep watching Aloha Dance, seriously, because this guy, when he plays Tusk, he just invents kills out of nowhere, left, right, and center. He doesn't stop. He's gonna like look for an opportunity to snowball and ice shards every time he can.
Oh, how are the rest of these lanes panning out? Sniper with the level advantage over Resolution. Half a level there for Sunlight. So he's got headshot, he's got shrapnel, but you see that Zeus. The Zeus with the arc lightning.
Top lane.
Oh,
Ditchira's gonna go.
They get the Dazzle, the Hex now, Aloha Dance. He's got nothing left to give. They're not gonna get Ditchira. Salves up. And they got a kill for nothing.
Yeah, so at some point maybe you think that Empire forcing their aggression, they might want to change their mind. That could have gone either way. It was super close. Unfortunately, Dazzle got burst down really low before the snowball even came in. But I don't want to take my eye off Aloha Dance because I just expect him on top to not stop. I expect him to snowball all the time.
Keep on going, keep on going. No cut, it's not on me. Guys, for those of you just joining us, this is game 2 of this best of 3. The little scoreboard up there wasn't updated or something like that. I'm not too sure. I wasn't the lobby leader. Can't blaming me, but I know, baby. It's not on me. But this is game 2. Game 1 did go the way of Empire, so the score currently is 1-0 in this best of 3. For those of you going exclamation mark score in the chat, you can keep continuing to do so, and the moderators, they probably won't answer you. No one will answer you. But I'll keep you guys updated, don't worry. I'll keep spamming it out. Yoky on the spot lane, 1 in Shadow Strike, 1 in Blink. Dealing with Cheshire Cat decently, but 2-minute rune spawns and some free rune action down there for him.
Yeah, in terms of CS, everything pretty even to start with. All 6 cores getting their farm. Just makes you wonder if it would be the same if Empire hadn't fed so many kills early on before the creep spawned. But again, looking like they were considering going in there in the top lane, but starting to go back, and Lich actually gets a nice Nova off on 2 heroes there.
So the Lich, I was kind of expecting, you know, dual lanes with a Bristleback and just crush Yoky. What's the reason here? Is it just to be super passive and defensive and bring the lane back behind the tower, so that there is no, you know, long, drawn-out advance from Team Empire? So there's no snowball into the line or something like that?
I think they just expect to get destroyed 3v2. I think they were quite fortunate to make the kill they made earlier, and there's the ice shards. Oh, it's Aloha Dance might be in trouble now.
Oh, Ditchira holding on to that double edge. Snowball onto J4, stunned up. Silent looking for the kill, but he's already lost 1 teammate. They've got to heal in 2 seconds time. Grave, no! Always want to fly, doesn't pop the grave, and now it looks like he's going to die as well. Heals up the creep wave, tries to turn back onto J4. Graves himself is going for the kill. One more right click. I'm not sure if it secures it. It does in the end. But losing out.
Pretty incredible.
0 for 3 as mid lane. What the hell happened there?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It looks like Sniper must have dived. Sniper dived for the Zeus. Oh man, there's another kill. Troll killing up top. Gets one. King R. Lucky Bash. Lucky anything silent. Can you stay in range? The Hex out. J4 catches him. King R with a blast in quite a bit of mana needed.
Middle tower is under
Hello,
attack.
down Snowball. Coming off cooldown soon. He's got the teammates here to go for it. TP's in though. Double TP. Sniper and Centaur both want a part of this fight. Shrapnel gets launched, slowing down the retreat. Blast now. King R has it ready, but they've got no vision and it turns to night. Unfortunately for them, if it continued being day for another 2 seconds, that would have been a go.
And for the first time, we've actually seen Empire's aggression not being punished. In fact, Snipe has the TP up there before running back mid. Zeus gets the rune as a result, and it's Empire who got the kill in that exchange. So Empire just persisting with their aggression, and you'd think after that many failed attempts the team wouldn't, but they're committed when they pick this up. This is what they do. They're gonna keep fighting until they actually win those fights.
They go in, they go in, they go in until there is no more in to go. Akashi at the mid lane, Phase Boots and Wraith Band level 6 up against Resolutions level 5.5, so you're definitely seeing the gap being built up there, and Bristleback on bot lane doing exceptionally well up against this Queen of Pain. Yoky, I want to say he's being crushed here, because it's pretty damn close to a good old spanking from Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, their farm's about even, but Yoki is the one who keeps nearly dying, keeps getting pushed deep into his own forest below the tower, and I think Yoki just wants level 6 and then he's gonna go join the action in the top lane pretty soon after. The feeling that I have.
Oh, Cart. Cart has a new nickname for me. He's calling me Grumpy Ballsack. Sometimes I am, you know, in games I can be a little bit grumpy, but on this top lane, D2CL, see, this is where they want to be. With the help of Lich, they just pull the lane back. D2CL has a decent time lasting under tower. Got his net worth up to 2,500 gold, while J4 and King R can stand in reasonable safety.
Resolution has got level 6 on Zeus now, and Yoki's got level 6 on Queen of Pain. And I would not be surprised at all if we see one of those two ultis being used to support further action in the top lane soon.
Well, lane has now pushed into the actual tower, so it's not being sort of held just outside. There's this weird sort of area for Power Rangers where too far out, it gets dangerous. Too far in, it gets dangerous. There's sort of this middle ground here, where if the creep wave meets, they're perfectly fine. But if it goes past the tower and too far in front of the tower, that's where Snowball can come in, stunned up. They're not going to go for the kill here. Gets healed by that Shadow Wave from Dazzle. Aloha Dance has found himself a little hidey hole, and now Ice Shards. D2CL going forward, level 4. Not sure what he's looking for. Snowball at the ready, but they're not going to go.
It's so interesting, the dynamic of this lane, where even though the Dire side has been the one winning most of the clashes, the Radiant side gets to like control the creep wave and get extra farm, and it's still Power Rangers who are on the defensive and worried about dying all the time, despite the fact that they've been winning those fights when they've had them.
They still have Cheshire Cat down here though. DD on the Bristleback, Queen of Pain back in base. Had enough, but I agree. Now she's level 6, you just expect a smoke TP. Oh yeah, here we go. Yoky on the hunt. Well, Cheshire Cat's gonna be calling this.
Well. But they're pretty happy to dive the tower, and unless PR are gonna like go further back than the tower, like all stand where the Lich is right now, I think Empire are gonna get the fight they want. So I think it's gonna be very difficult for PR to stop that happening. Cheshire Cat probably TP's in straight away. Maybe he's able to affect something, but if Queen of Pain hits ulti on 2 people with Zeus ulti, those 2 people are both gonna die straight away.
Well, that's a snowball lane onto D2CL. They caught him. The stop is at the ready. They turn back around as Yoky comes in. King R dropping low. There's the Thunder God's Wrath to take him out. Trollboard finds that kill. Stop. Assassinate double edge. Aloha Dance. You got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, but the grave will give you that nice escape. The release from the pain as it now. Sunlight, the sniper screaming. Yoky finding a double, maybe a triple. Needs a few more right clicks there. He doesn't get it. As always, want to fly. Steals the last hit.
And Cheshire Cat's getting a tower on the other side of the map, but I really expected him to TP in. I think the only reason he didn't TP in is because the fight broke out a bit away from the tower. If the fight breaks out on the tower and Bristleback TP's in, that seems like a really powerful move for Power Rangers, but they lose all 4 other heroes. And I don't know, hey, this strategy of Empire, just like persist, never stop being aggressive, it seems like it's working. You know, they've had a bunch of hiccups, but ultimately they're on top now.
Yeah. And they've given Queen of Pain a nice, juicy score, 2-0-2 now, when she was, you know, having an awfully rough time down in that bottom lane. She can finish up treads, a null task, she'll probably go into that drums. Now, we've seen that a few times from safe lane Queen of Pains. Again, it's something that we've
started. Always run straight into Cheshire Cat.
Oh boy.
He doesn't have a TP.
Yeah.
Or he's got it now.
He does now, but there's no time.
Yeah, he didn't have the mana for the TP at the time that he graved, which is a bit unfortunate. Maybe if he waited with his stick a bit longer, so that he could do both together, he could have probably gotten out. And Cheshire Cat just making himself a nice little creep stack in the enemy jungle.
For himself, in the enemy jungle. That's how much space he's had. Double stacking up there, medium and small camp, both for him. There's one thing though that we haven't really touched on, and that's been rune control. Because Power Rangers, top lane has not been controlled too much at all. Zeus has pretty much been running up there. Bot lane has been Cheshire Cat, so it's been relatively even across the board. But this sniper, level 8, his item progression has stopped completely. We had 3 heroes from Power Rangers in the top 3 of net worth. They've dropped now. Troll is up there. 900 behind the bristleback. Queen of Pain with a couple of kills up at top finds herself in a very nice position. And she finds a stack bristle made. Easy gold.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of time before Empire tries to kill the fight soon. Zeus has got ulti up again. They try to kill the bristleback here. I don't know if they can.
Yoky, are you sure about this? 4 stacks of crawl spray up on him already. Cheshire Cat could potentially have walked in and got a couple more, but he doesn't know who's behind. Because he knows there is a dazzle there, there's a high chance that Aloha Dance on his tusk is waiting in the wings as well. Bounty, King R, TP out, run, hide, something. He knows the rune's gone, but they didn't have vision of him picking it up. They do know, however, though, with a blink of Dichira, Flight always want to fly. Stop double edge, where's the trade? Save yourself. The Ice Shard's not going to catch anyone. Probably got grabbed in the Stampede Snowball, and now Yoky comes in with a scream. Cheshire Cat will manage to get himself out, but King R will not have the same luck. Silent and Resolution. Bolting and bashing down onto that Lich's head.
Always Wanna Fly has been playing well in this game. I mean, he had that one hiccup where he died to bristleback and maybe could have gotten out. But really good there, not graving for the last seconds all he had to. Knowing the limits of his survivability, and I think drawing PR to chase him just that little bit longer so they get the extra kill there. The hero that Empire historically always done well with, Dazzle. And as we said, yeah, Tusk heroes they're completely unbeaten with in this patch. Cheshire Cat, at the moment for me, represents like the sole hope for Power Rangers in this game. Cheshire Cat's got a Hood of Defiance and is going to be extremely difficult for anyone on the enemy team to kill. And if PR manage to start a fight around him, they probably do win that fight. But if Empire keep getting to choose their initiations, like they're trying to do mid,
looking for it, but top double edge assassin, snowball to dodge, and now Akashi stunned up. He goes for the Walrus Punch and drops him low. But he does a lot more damage than really he should have been able to, just because he's tough. Do you think Cheshire Cat finishes pipe? It's something that we've seen late on into a game against, you know, Zeus and things like that, because breaking high ground is relatively difficult nowadays. Or do you keep it as a hood and go back into Vanguard mech, or you Sand Asher into AC?
Well, I have a question. Does pipe block Queen of Pain LC damage? Because I know it doesn't, like, it's meant to go through reduction, but does that count as a reduction?
Oh.
The activatable of pipe.
Magic block. So it shouldn't. Because Queen of Pain, like, pure damage doesn't give a damn about anything. And now a lot of pure damage goes through magic immunity even.
Yeah, I just thought the activatable might work differently, but I'm not too sure. I mean, there's no reason why it would.
Think of it like Flame Guard and Ember Spirit. Because that, you know, Sonic Wave, Glaives of Wisdom, and Arcane Orb, things like that do pure damage, just go straight through it. So I'm pretty damn sure.
They're trying to kill Cheshire Cat. Yeah, Silence is gonna... No, he finally turns... As I start talking about it, he turns around and leaves him alone. The Troll's definitely the hero that's gonna be the one to kill the bristleback most of the time in this game. In the meantime, Aloha Dance and Yoky heading up to the top lane. I think they can find J4, but J4's already gone.
They'll be spotted. They know exactly what's going on. So... 6,200 Cheshire Cat, but if he dies here, it doesn't matter too much. Stampede to allow them to escape. We're a little bit further back. King R has no TP. It's on cooldown for 40 seconds, and that will be a nice little kill for them. Blowing the Stampede, getting a kill on Lich, and then, I think more importantly, Tier 1 of bot. Because on the Radiant side,
Radiant's
it's a little more
middle
difficult to
tower
get
is
into the
under
Roche pit
attack.
against things like Shrapnel, Stampede,
Or
Stomp.
top lane, Aloha Dance and Yoky are still going after J4. They surely get him now. But no, they don't.
Hex Stomp. They don't want to go. A little bit scary with the TP coming in. Reaction from D2CL. Blink and Stomp. Where's the ghost? They're looking for the kill onto Aloha Dance. Snowball to the creep wave. I'm not sure you're going to be getting away from this one. Nice little ice shots there. D2CL has Blink off in 5 seconds. Turns back to fight. Once again, do as much damage as you can before going down. No surrender. No mercy.
It's interesting. Like the last 2 times that he's died, it seems kind of bad, but at the same time he's drawing a lot of heroes and making them waste a lot of time, and he is just the support, the task. Meantime, we do see the troll catching up and already going to overtake the Bristleback sometime soon in terms of net worth.
Lich has the gloves of haste.
Well, that's got to be a Midas.
There is no other option. Yeah, it has to be Midas, but why on Lich? Well, we'll hold that thought for a second. Resolution graved up very early on. They expected a little more magic damage to be pumped down here from J4 and D2CL. But they backed themselves up. Cheshire Cat did finish off
bottom
fight.
tower is under attack.
Lich was historically one of the heroes that would buy Midas as a support. I think part of it is if you don't feel the immediate need for a mech, if you don't want to have it like that soon, you don't think it's that important or pressing, then mostly Lich is a hero that's standing back. You stand back and sacrifice creep, you stand back and frost armor people, you throw your ulti or your Nova from max range in a fight, and for that reason, you don't really need other items, you know, unless you're specifically wanting to rush the mech. Why not just get the Midas and increase the rate of your progression?
Definitely. Yoky with an Ogre Club. Is that going to be a BKB as a first item for him? I really wouldn't mind that at all. Against the initiation of Blink Stop and Blink Online, which is pretty close as well. You know, sitting close to 2,000 gold, but lagging a little bit behind now. But the Blink Hex and Blink Stomp are definitely massive threats to Yoky.
Could still be the yeah, he's going for the Aghanim. He just picked up the Staff of Wizardry and the Blade of Alacrity.
Okay.
And it fits the style of play they're going for this game, because if Queen of Pain gets Aghanims, their ulti's gonna have a 40-second cooldown, and they can just fight every 40 seconds. They can just have Zeus ulti already has a short cooldown naturally, and they'll fight around those 2 ultis every time they have both ultis up. And the thing they're gonna have to deal with still, since the beginning of the game till now, is this Bristleback. And we're gonna have to just ask the question if Cheshire Cat's gonna be enough to hold his team together in these fights. Because Sniper's a bit behind, Sentinel's a bit behind, and in fact the movements of PR at the moment are not getting them more farm. They're playing quite defensively. Everyone except the Bristleback is sort of trying to move around in clusters of 2 and 3, making sure that they don't like fall victim to Empire's aggression, which they've done really well. I mean, it's been a long time since Empire's made a kill.
It's all about this bot lane. It's all about Roshan. You're going to see 4 heroes in the vicinity of Roshan from Power Rangers. They know that if they allow Troll to wander in there and have the Tusk ready to fight Yoky with Sonic Wave as well, and this might be it. Empire looking for the pick off before Roche. They've smoked themselves up. The illusion's not going to scan down here. Cheshire Cat sends them forward, but he's still in a position where he's going to get caught by the snowball from smoke, and now the damage output too intense for the Bristleback to handle.
Hang on, did someone say Bristleback is tanky?
Sorry, but no.
Like, that wasn't even, there was no Queen of Pain ulti, I don't even know if she used Scream. There was like a Tusk ulti, a Troll ulti, and a bunch of hits.
The thing is also, Resolution used Thundergod's Wrath, but I'm pretty sure he used it after the Bristleback had died. He thought, oh, I'm going to need this, Bristleback is so tanky. But Bristle died as the Thundergod's Wrath was being popped. It was that quick with the Shadow Wave. Did they have any minus armor at all? Walrus Punch, there's no Medallion, there's no Weave or anything like that.
I think possibly using the Zeus ulti just a precaution as well. You know, there's a blink on the Centaur and maybe they think the enemy team's responding, going to jump back on them. But that's going to be a scary message for Power Rangers. The hero that's supposed to be keeping them, you know, in the game with the chance of winning these fights can be burst down so ridiculously quickly at the start of a fight. They're not going to be as comfortable leaving him on his own anymore, and actually it looks like PR are setting up for their own smoke in response.
Blink up on that line, couple it up with D2CL, they'll look for a pick off on someone. But Sniper here with Sand as his primary item along with a Morbid Mask. No Mom yet, no S and Y. Oh. PR say, okay Empire, if you don't want to go for it, we'll take it ourselves. They lost the tier 1, but Empire didn't make the push into the Roche pit.
Empire are gonna smell this pretty soon. I'm not sure if they're gonna be quick enough, but the fact that they can only see the sniper on the map, yeah, it's being pinged out. And there's the Zeus ulti to scout it.
Thunder God's Wrath says hello. We've now down onto a couple of heroes, but like Power Rangers backed themselves up. Now, Empire, do you consider going back in?
I don't think so. I think that's a trap for Empire because it's a place where Lich and Centaur can really dominate the fight. The shrapnel will be more effective, the chain for us, Centaur's blink, you'll be able to stop all the ones. It's a positioning that Empire doesn't want to take the fight in, I think.
Looks like it will be S&Y for Cheshire Cat after the pipe. He's got Ogre Club and Belt over in his stash. Going for a little more damage here, tank up a tiny bit more. But like you mentioned 3 or 4 minutes ago, quite rightly, Troll has overtaken, now has an S&Y of his own. Probably head into the BKB next. Could even just look to go for the full-on stat build. Because if he goes for BKB, what's he blocking out here? The Blink Hex initiation from Lion? If Lion's trying to focus down on the Queen of Pain, or alternatively, if Empire gets a snowball into Lion or one of their targets like that, you don't need a BKB. You're going to take one out of the fight instantly, make it a 4v5. The numbers advantage is going to be on your side. And with a Troll, 30 seconds cooldown ultimate, Queen of Pain with the Aghanims done now. Pretty much got it completed, right? Yeah, career on its way to the shop.
And Zeus has that natural short cooldown ulti, so it's, I mean, sure, PR doesn't really have long cooldowns to wait for either. But I think Empire are going to be able to fight every time they've got Queen of Pain and Zeus ulti and be more than happy to do that. And they also probably don't mind a fight at the rush pit. I was saying they don't want to fight inside the rush pit, but if it's PR in the rush pit, Empire would be happy to take that fight because then the Queen of Pain and Zeus are going to get a lot done. They just don't want to be engaged on when they're all in the rush pit because, of course, then the Chain Frost and the Centaur are going to be doing way too much against them. It looks like PR might be grouping up for... I don't know what they... Is it another smoke that they're going to go for? Or they're just standing super defensively while the sniper gets the Ancients?
Yeah. Farm Ancients, defend Roshan. That's the name of the game for Power Rangers right now. They do TP the center up on top though. There's a lot of farm up here that is going to waste. Yoky. Aghanim's done. Is this the time to go now? Aloha Dance and Silent both grouping up. There's a Mithril Hammer up on
top. They're gonna go. They're surely gonna go. Seeing the Sentinel top.
Queen of Pain goes up. Troll following through. Aloha Dance just behind him. But where's the rest of the team? Always want to fly holding mid. Oh, again, trying to bait, saying, look, our Dazzle's over here. Oh, what? Did that really just happen?
Queen of Pain ulti, Zeus ulti, Scream, and 1 hit. Yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's what that was.
Holy crap! Really?
Yeah, I was watching that.
I thought, okay, the Queen of Pain's not gonna go. She'll wait for the Troll and the Tusk. Screw it. She's got enough. Now blink in. Cheshire Cat slowed. He's got an invis, but the snowball still follows. Blink back from Resolution. They've got no reveal. We throw him down onto them as well. Pushing into a tier 1 at mid. The signal being flinked away at by the sniper, and he will get that nice little boost to gold. For those of you just joining us, guys, this is Game 2 in this best of 3 between Power Rangers and Empire. Game 1 went the way of Empire. The little scoreboard at the top was not updated, so it is 1-0 so far. So Empire win this. They have themselves through to the winner bracket final.
I'm not sure.
Yes, winner bracket final, then there's a grand final. Oh my brain just suddenly went blank on me. There's 2 games, 2 best of 3s. And then they go into 1, then there's a lower bracket. And whatever. My Fire Durka can confirm he doesn't know what's going on in his head right now.
Yeah, well, just looking at Silence, he's heading towards that BKB. Very, very close to it. Actually, it needs just, I think, the Ogre Club or just the recipe. And that's what was the game decider, I think, last game. I think where the game suddenly just ended in Empire's favor is they got those BKBs and PR just couldn't handle them. And I don't think anyone else is close to one, but Silence One's going to be a pretty big deal on its own. And they're actually getting pretty close to them here without realizing it. Lion blinks in, Ranopti's finished off the way.
Sneaky.
If Empire take that fight, if Queen of Pain gets an ulti off, and Silence has BKB, and Zeus gets an ulti off, it's difficult to see how Power Rangers win that fight. Because they can't deal with the Troll in any efficient manner, and the Queen of Pain and Zeus have already done their main contribution to the fight.
Yeah, I was right. There's 2 best of 3s. Then the winner of this goes through to the winner bracket final, then they play a best of 5 to secure themselves a spot. The loser of that goes into the lower bracket finals, and then there's a best of 5 there. So on Wednesday, we've got 2 best of 5s, And there's going to be a team that has to play 2 best of 5s in a row to get that land final spot for D2CL.
That's going to be tiring for that team.
Yeah, it depends.
Maybe all the games will be like these games where they're like sort of 20 to 30 minutes long with constant aggression, although that's tiring in its own way. Even though the game's shorter, you're constantly having to fight and like think and do mechanical things, react really quickly. And there's gonna be a fight, right? Yeah.
I don't know, they're mirroring each other. One heads into Dire Jungle, the other heads into Raging Jungle. Yeah, it looks like that's the way they're gonna go. Thundergod's Rathalos scouts them out, they know exactly what's going on. Silent, run. Run for the hills. Get into that ancient camp, which doesn't exist. It's already been taken. You gotta wait for it again.
Radiant's
but
top tower
PR do not know where Empire are right now.
Yeah, PR want to try to rush. Silence BKB's on the way now, and I think that Empire's gonna go straight to rush. I think they're gonna take this fight. Sure, Zeus ulti's down, but with the introduction of that BKB, I think they're ready.
Need the target. Series 4, who's go on? Resolution, you run silent and blink in. There's some BKBs, there's no stop, there's no double edge. The Finger of Death will try and rip down, always on a fly, but he's still alive. The wave, the heal, he's got everything at his disposal until he gets assassinated. Peeps by the sniper at the last second. Son, oh, whoa! Yoky with a sonic wave, super long range across 2. Cat now the last one who can actually stand in this fight. The Quill Spray's doing a decent amount of damage, but he's got no life remaining. King R TPs himself away, and he is the last man standing, if you can call him a man at all.
This is what happens when a fight breaks out with the troll warlord in the middle of it, with a 10-second BKB. You could see PR were kind of panicked about it. They weren't sure who to go where. How long are they going to wait for Troll's BKB to run out? Will they be able to like do something to him after? The answer was no. And this is how the fights are probably going to go now, especially with the Aegis on Empire, on Silence in particular. It's gonna be very difficult for PR. They're gonna have to try and pick up the Zeus or pick up the pop really fast before a fight starts if they want to win a fight.
I feel like, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I feel like the biggest problem there was the Power Rangers had 2 calls. The call to go on the Dazzle, the Lion went in on him, Hex, stun, Finger of Death, didn't quite kill him, and then the Centaur went in on the Troll. I feel like if they'd gone in on one target, both of them together, killed Dazzle straight up, so there's no heal, there's no grave, there's no anything. Or they go in onto the Troll Warlord, see you buddy. Or they go in onto the Troll Warlord, they take one of them out. Before the BKB's silent, you know, he's not that tanky. He's got a lot of HP, a decent amount of armor and things like that, but if he's hexed up, if he's stunned, they could kill him. They could quite easily kill him.
I think you're right, that was their chance, but remember, they hadn't even seen his BKB yet before that fight. It had gotten to him about 20 seconds before that, and possibly they weren't aware of that threat, and when they finally saw him BKB, then they have to react, and there's no real appropriate reaction once he's BKB'd. And now that he has the Aegis, they can't even do what you're describing. They can't even like go on him and kill him before he BKBs, because he's going to respawn with BKB and they're going to lose the fight.
Well, sunlight on this sniper. Not far away. Sanjanyasra Master Man is done for him, heading into a BKB now, and we've had this topic of conversation quite a few times. When you're forced to go a BKB on Sniper, this is, you know, a relatively late one compared to ones we've seen before. Resolution stunned up with the assassinate. He does have an invis rune and shrapnel though. If Sunlight inflicts another one, if you can guess where he is, the stun out. Resolution gonna juke and jive his way around and will escape.
Middle tower is under
relatively low HP. But if a sniper is, you know, forced to go a BKB, I think regardless of when when game time is at, you're missing out on the main factor of sniper, and that's damage, that's glass cannon, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, I agree. Sniper's gonna run to danger, he doesn't actually have his BKB yet.
Sonic wave across 2, takes one out, Aloha Dance does die, Tusk is down, Silent Bow chipping through and destroying Cheshire Cat. A lucky back to start things off, but I don't know, if you walk into that, you lose 3 core heroes, your last 2 standing are Lich and Lion. Not too sure about this. I didn't quite catch the stat from Carts, something about Midas Lich.
Yeah, saying that it's, I think, 32-22 overall, and its most noticeable purchases are Misery and AUI. But 33-22, okay, sure. I got one less.
Damage stack, you can't read!
Anyway, maybe we're premature to discuss Sniper's BKB. So after that last fight, it's like, I get this feeling that the game might even end before he gets there. but I 100% agree with you that it's tricky for, let's not talk about that, let's see they go on Resolution.
Okay, Frost gonna bounce on the Silent, but that's where it's gonna end. The Resolution is graved up preemptively there. Silent though, with Aegis Immortal still going. That's what gets taken away in a minute's time. 50 seconds. No, there's
Dire's
quite some
middle
time on
tower
it.
has fallen.
When does that get taken?
Sniper's at his best where he doesn't have to worry too much about keeping himself alive, where that just happens, where his teammates keep him alive, and he's just tanky enough that he can sort of stand and hit and fight and, you know, attack people from long range. And where he has to decide between going for survivability or damage, it always puts him in an awkward position, because if he doesn't go for the damage, his damage is not scaling at the rate it needs to. But if he doesn't go for the survivability, of course there's a much higher chance he dies and he doesn't get any damage off at all. But it was interesting, we go back to the draft where Power Rangers were the ones banning all those defensive supports. In fact, they end up with the Lion and the Lich. Sure, the Lich can give the Frost armor. That's not what's going to keep a sniper alive though. It's just not what's going to keep him alive. Whereas they could have used the Venge or the Earthshake or the Treant that they banned to actually protect the sniper, which is conventionally how people run the sniper.
Yeah.
But PR, you know, dead set on having these fights early on, actually winning a lot of the early fights, but ultimately ending up in a position now where it seems like they're the ones who can't take a fight.
Yeah, in the end, you know, you get your troll up to level sort of 4, 5, 6. That's when you can start snowballing again. Yoky did play a big part though in turning that top lane around. Silent though up on the top. There's about a minute now until Aegis is taken back. It was close to 2 minutes last time, but Blink in and Hex, Silent. Well, Sonic Wave and then Thunder goes around. There goes the line, Sniper dropping low as well. The defense here from Power Rangers is almost non-existent. Racks are falling, Racks are dead. As Silent moves on to the next one. Sure, the Lich Frost armor is irritating Cheshire Cat going forward. Throwing nasal kill on the Silent, but he doesn't care. There's a snowball ready waiting. If there's a jump, snowball down, they're gonna go for it and lower down, turn back around. They don't need to. Aegis is gone though. Aegis is gone, Silent, but the Grave and turn back, BKB and fight! Take down Cheshire Cat with your ranged attacks. Now back yourself up, Assassination gonna take him out, so healed up and cancelled out. That's a slow snowball, holy crap. Actually, Tusk blinks in. Tusk blinks in to try and get the Walrus punch onto Cheshire Cat, but can't quite make it.
It doesn't make a difference at all. I mean, nice timing by PR, recognizing they could go for the kill shortly before the Aegis round, but they don't get it, and they'll get always want to fly now on the back end. Yeah, and also it doesn't really make a difference. We spent a lot of time early on talking about how Bristleback's going to be the one that has to carry his team this game, and the problem we're now seeing is that when Empire creep up and go for buildings, Bristleback just doesn't make enough impact to force them to recognize him. Of course they burst him down once when he's alone, but if he's with his teammates, it'll be pretty good for PR if Empire are forced to go on Bristleback. But they're not forced to go on him, they just ignore him and he like spits some goo on them every now and then while they think they just kill their axes.
Resolution, that was ballsy as all hell. Going diving behind the TNT. But with the help of Yoky here, no, Lich coming in, a couple more right clicks, Thunder goes Wrath, there's a knife from Resolution, they'll still clean up here, 3 for 1. Knife means no experience, no gold going their way. But while you were talking, I was looking at Resolution up on top and seeing his items. A refresher, we see that just now, picked up and done. Unfortunately, they don't have the double ulti for the next fight, but Lion has
70 seconds. He'll get there.
Lion is level 10. He's got no HP. He's probably sitting on like 770, maybe 800, because he has no stats. He doesn't even have a magic one. No bracer, no urn, no anything. He'll probably die to 2 ultis and that's it. Then add in Sonic Waves. PR is going to get ripped to shreds here.
Look at the sniper's build, by the way, exactly what we were discussing, the catch-22 of Zigo, more damage or survivability. He cancels his BKB build and goes for the Chrysalis.
Great guys, we need more damage. And Cheshire Cat
is also because he's gonna die to the spell damage now, right?
Yeah. Like, we saw even him, you know, Pop Master Man has 1 ulti from the Quintain and then the Zeus, you're dropping down to about 300 HP. And looking at Cheshire Cat, no S and Y, he actually went for the halberd. I guess it's a good item against Troll, but not when he has a BKB.
Lich's Midas has finally given him another item in the Ogre Club, but it does mean he won't just die to 2 Zeus ultis the way Lion might. But I don't know, at this point, the way the game turned out, you'd have liked to see a 4-staff or a mech on him early rather than the Midas. I'm not sure it would have made the biggest of differences, but the Midas definitely hasn't done its job.
Nobody on Dire has buyback. I was going to say this is like Last Chance Saloon for PR, and I wanted to double check just before I said it that they didn't have buyback, but they don't. There is not a single person on the die that does. Over on the Raging, actually, Queen of Pain is the only person that has that available to them. The pipe is popped a little bit early there. As Power Rangers are looking to leave their base to try and find a pick off here, they're standing very aggressively with their stance. Pretty ballsy.
No, this is just all the signs of frustration from a team that
First ulti down, the Sonic Wave's not going to land onto anyone. Look at that! The HP on the Sniper and the Lion has actually Ditchy-Rada's fall back towards his racks. If the Queen of Pain ult hit anybody, they were dead. Any one of those three heroes, like the Lich right now, bailing himself out, trying to run back behind the tier 2 bots, but Empire running rampant through the dire base right now. Silent looking for more. Taking down creeps, taking down towers, taking down heroes. He's farming everything. Chain Frost bouncing nicely between creeps and then back to resolution and back again, but always want to fly again. That's where it is. Aloha somehow finds himself digging his own grave in the middle of PR's heroes. Sniper on the back line. They don't have anyone really jump in to him except resolution and Yoky.
Are they get Jessica this time? No, they're leaving him alone. They're just getting around.
I was thinking maybe it's a little bit too ballsy to go in on that Sniper there, but resolution Yoky did it anyway. Silent now, Halberd up, BKB pop, King R dropping low. Just a couple more hits to finish off the Richard. Cheshire Cat is still getting the damage output. Akashi, Sunlight, Sniper, whatever you want to call it, right click down the bounce out from Yoky, from the scoreboard, giving Yoky that extra bit of right click in there to finish off the Sniper. But Silent, will he die? Will he actually die here? Always want to fly, has a heal in 2, he's got Weave in 1 and Grave in 3.
That is ridiculous. Silent gets away, doesn't even die, and I don't know, it's comical to me watching Bristleback. Cheshire Cat was following Silent around for about 20 seconds and Silent just refused to even attack him once. He was like, you're not the one I'm interested in. I'm going to attack all your teammates and I'm not going to go anywhere near you. And that's what I was talking about before. The Bristleback's impact is not enough because with the items he's got, he doesn't pose enough threat if they're not targeting him. And Empire is just doing really well to realize that. And, I mean, sure, Aloha Dance tried to go on him earlier and I said I thought he'd die and I was very much wrong about that. But Aloha Dance can do whatever he wants at this point. It like really doesn't matter. As long as his team doesn't all get baited into like chasing Bristleback into the mountain, they're probably alright. And they're gonna wait for, I think, the next rush because that's gonna be very soon.
Oh yeah. Like, for some reason, my mind kind of forgot that Empire have just been going balls deep the entirety of the game. When the Sniper was sitting, you know, far back here and he had still 3 heroes alive to defend him, Tusk was dead and I thought, well, you know, Tusk is their primary initiator. But with Resolution Blink and Queen of Pain obviously being able to close the gap, she now has a Hex as well. I thought, okay, they shouldn't go for this. They maybe get the kill, but they're going to lose a couple, but then they go in, they've got Dazzle to heal them up. In the end, it all works out. Sonic Wave from Yoky, just clearing out Creep Wave, making sure Cheshire Cat can't push out to his base.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
And Aegis goes to Yoky this time because Silent was just not dying at all in the previous fights. He came close to dying after just ignoring people damaging him for 20 seconds last fights, and even then he actually managed to get out alive. There's still a ward up here for Power Rangers. Resolution not even bothering to scarf this.
So if we thought Silent wasn't hard enough to kill, with a Satanic guy, I think close to impossible right now. 25 and climbing net worth lead for Empire across the past 20 minutes or so, with a 25,000 up to 30. Jump in now. Love that out, but Stinker down. Snowball on the 2 though, as Yoky comes in to finish the ball off. Sonic Wave takes down the Legend Sniper as Silent says, hello Cheshire Cat. How are you doing today? I'm gonna take that big cheesy grin off your face. Good game is cool. Power Rangers drop down into the lower bracket, losing out 2-0 here to Team Empire. They put themselves in good stead to get that last spot.
Empire's Tusk stays unbeaten, 9-0 now. And even though he wasn't the one making all the kills, he had an impact here. I mean, starting those fights, drawing some attention, the way the Bristleback failed to do. Quite clowny, but definitely an impact from Aloha Dance in that game.
Well, guys, that's it for us today. That's the end of the best of 3. Tomorrow we have another couple of best of 3s. We've got the secondary upper bracket well, I guess you call it the upper bracket game, and we also have the lower bracket best of 3 tomorrow. So we'll have